Hey guys, what's going on? I'm just in the first stages of getting this tank guard on. And it's kind of tricky, especially if you're picky about the thing going on crooked. And so you've got to find some center lines and then just do some mocking up. So in order to do a mock up here, so I can just maybe take some measurements and then eye it as well. You've really got to cut the surrounding paper off so you can decide on the placement, and also down here too, because you can put it up higher or lower depending on your preference, but I'm probably going to put it up a little bit higher, just to kind of protect the chafing with my leathers here a little bit better. And then I actually have some other tank guards, and I'm probably just going to maybe match a black piece down here for zippers and things like that to just protect this area. But I'm a little bit more worried about up here on the top, because this is generally the area, especially when you're in a tuck and you're in corners and things like that and moving back and forth on the bike, where you're going to see more chafing. So I'm going to be leaving these smaller pieces on the paper here, because they don't give you another piece that holds on any other smaller pieces, so they stay in position. So what my plan is to start to peel it at the top, put it on, and then start to peel it off, and then these will still be where they need to be as I peel back the paper, and their positions will be stationary as I go along and work my way down to the bottom. So hopefully that makes sense. So I'm gonna be doing a little bit more work here, and I'll get back to you. Okay guys, so I think I've got it where I want it positioned, and my distances top and bottom, side to side. I'm gonna go ahead and start peeling it off and placing it on. I got to make some more marks, and I got to get this center line tape out so I can start the work. And this so-called tracing paper, as far as I can tell, then I thought about it, you lay it over the top, that way when you're working it on, putting pressure on it, you don't scratch the surface. So okay, I went ahead and I took the center line tape out. It was a little tricky because I had to come up underneath it, and I wanted to keep my position secure here. So now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and start doing the peeling process. And my objective here to begin with is making sure that the top is the way it should be. That's where it all starts. If it starts good, it'll generally end good. So we'll see what happens. Okay guys, so here's what I've done. I've cut a little bit of the paper off there so I can secure just the top. I've secured it down here so it can't move from the position I put it in, and I'm going to start with the top here. So at this point, I'm just going to let it settle because I pulled back on it, and I may have just stretched it. So I'm just going to let it settle back into its natural position, and then I'm going to push down on it where I've cut. Once that's secure on the top, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the tape off, and then I'm going to pull it up and start pulling the rest of the paper off the bottom, working it down as I go. So that's the plan. Okay, so here we are right now, and you can see that where I've cut the paper back, and then I've pushed down here so it's adhered to the top. And this is my only last chance, if I have any chance, if I've messed up the centering or how it's setting on here. I took one last measurement from this fastener to this tip, and the same over here to try and get the angle consistent and have a good measurement. So at this point now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lift this up very carefully and start pulling the rest of the paper out and working it down and working it down. I'm going to have to be real careful about these. Okay guys, so now you can see what I've done. I've flipped the tape under, and now I'm going to start working it down. And I've got to be careful about this, so I'm going to have to have two hands to do this. So I'll get back to you as soon as I progress a little bit more. Okay, so I'm down a little bit farther here and I'm getting to the point where I'm getting to my smaller pieces and I really have to fold the paper back tight, because what I'm going to do next is I'm going to push down and then I'm going to put the adhere the tips of the smaller ends while they're still on the paper here, so I keep their position as they were when I bought the piece. So that's what's happening next. Okay guys, so you see what I've done here. I went ahead and just put the tips on, and now they're adhered and they're still in their positions as they were on the paper, and I'm going to continue working it all the way down. Okay, I just want to show you a little bit of this as I go here. I'm working by myself right now and I'm just trying to be extra careful because I'm not kidding you. If anything was crooked, I would tear this thing back off completely and buy a new one. So I'm grabbing from the bottom of the paper here, and I just want you to see, let me hold the camera steady here. Just pulling down on it. You see it? Pull down, pull down, pull down. And I'm going to stop, and I'm going to press it in a little bit more. Press the center in, working it down, and keep pulling it down. You got the idea. Okay, here it is, guys. I'm just about to the bottom of the small pieces, and then from there I just have to work the middle piece all the way down to the bottom of the tank, and should be done. So cross my fingers and hope it's at least straight enough that it's not going to bother my eyes. Okay guys, so there it is. Now the bottom, once I got to the bottom, it was a little tricky. It wanted to buckle a little bit, so I had to just spend some time. I had to just gently pull it back up and then work one side and then come across to the other to get that right. Now, my garage right now is probably about 85 degrees, maybe a little bit more. So I know that the higher temperature helps. So I mean, if you were doing this in a cold climate, or when it was cold, you may need a heat gun to finish this up. Hey guys, I hope this helped any of you out that they're thinking about doing this. It's not as easy as it seems. So if the video helped you out, and you let me know. But there it is, guys. Putting the tank guard on. Take it easy.